Good.
Here we go again.
Thank you all for coming. I'll call the September 19th, 2016 meeting of the Limestone County Commission to order. Our first item is there's no public comments, Pamela.
No, sir, just Kelly.
Mr. Howard, you could enlighten us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kelly.
All right, went to the project this morning, kind of walked around, getting some notes down for this. Third floor, we're working on the terrazzo. They've got the cracks taken out and filled in with the new putty.
Which is the flooring in the hallway.
Yes, the terrazzo flooring in the lobbies. They'll start grinding on the third floor Wednesday.
Does that create a lot of dust?
No, it's a wet grind.
Right.
It's a wet grind. It creates a lot of slurry, but we've made
Mop it up, I guess.
accommodations to make sure that doesn't damage anything. That process takes several. They have to start with a rough grinder, and then they'll work their way down to finer and finer, and they'll actually grind the floor 3 different times. So we're still looking at about 10 days to get that completed on both floors. But all the cracks are dug out and the putty's put in there, and all the wax is stripped off and it's ready to go. They have to go to Atlanta to pick up the machine. They'll do that tomorrow, be back tomorrow night and start grinding on Wednesday. We're finishing up the stair treads and the stairs to the attic. They shorted us some material that came in Friday, so they're working on that today. We started the final cleaning on the third floor. The carpet, the trim, and the paint is completed on third floor. And kind of working with the architect now to try to set up some dates to go through third floor and start punching those rooms out so we can close them off and get them done. And
Have they set the lights in the bathrooms yet?
no, those haven't come in yet.
Okay. But everything else is basically done?
Yes,
Bathroom.
on third floor.
The water's on, everything?
Yes, sir. Second floor, they're working on the terrazzo just like they're on third. We're completing the carpet on second floor this week. We've started some of the final cleaning in certain rooms on second floor, some of the offices in the back and the perimeter of the floor where we've completed. We've started cleaning in there. We still got a little bit of wall paint left on second floor, mainly below the chair rail. They'll be working on that this week also. We've still got some sealer, last coats of sealer to go on some of the the stained trim, so that's going to be going on this week too. First floor, we're prepping walls for paint. We've actually started painting some of the walls on the first floor with the first coat of primer. We've got about 60% of the ceiling tile in and about 25% of the carpets in on first floor. All the above ceiling work is completed. We except for some data wiring, but that's kind of a normal for this part of the project. Still have some data wiring not completed, but we've got all the other work above ceiling is done. Like I said, we still like some data wiring, getting to the heating and cooling units and making up the patch panel in the server room, that kind of thing. They still like that, and some of the devices in the walls haven't been completed yet. We're commissioning the fire pump Wednesday, so once we get that done and get the fire pump commissioned, that is by the manufacturer of the fire pump. That's not any local fire marshal or anything like that, but we are getting ready to get the fire alarm approved by the state, and that will involve local fire marshal and everything. So once we get the fire pump commissioned, then we can set up the date for the fire alarm system to be tested and commissioned. We're scheduling the test and balance of the heating and cooling system this week. We're still having a few problems with some of the control systems on the fan coil units. We got a few that are still trying to run in heat and dehumidification during this time of the year.
Is that the reason some of them, you'd go in a couple of rooms, it'd be hot?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're still troubleshooting the system. So, and that's normal for this part of the project for them to go through. And we found a few water lines that are connected backwards, that kind of thing, which happens. So
A lot of water lines in that building.
yes, sir.
but
No,
you-
so they're going through this week and getting ready for the test and balance. The roofing work is completed. All we're waiting on is the warranties from the subcontractor, and then we can close out that part of the project. The electrician is working with Phillips Kinetics on the installation of the exterior wall wash lighting. So he's got them a set of drawings, and they're doing kind of a mock-up on the drawings of how we need to wire those things and how the controllers work and that kind of thing. So that's where we're at.
What is the warranty on this roofing?
Well, you've got the 25-year warranty on the shingles,
Shingle itself, yeah.
and then you have a weather tightness warranty. Robert, do you remember what that is? I can't remember off the top of my head. Seems it should be a 20-year weather tightness warranty.
I know, Fish, you working with the state, because we'll have to, when we shut down the court system down there to move those pews and the judges and everybody in here, we gotta have that, all that fiber optics and stuff online in Montgomery, so we'll coordinate all that, so we
Yes.
still,
We've got all the cabling into the building. We just got a few items that need to be punched out inside the communications room, but we'll have that done in plenty of time.
well, it's pretty inside, color stuff and everything.
Yeah, it's coming together.
We got a meeting at 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning about the lighting in the courtroom.
Yeah, the Judge Horton's, the old historican, observing it, but the lights in there, it's really, really dark in there with those lights, and we're gonna look at some options. Maybe it'll just retrofit those existing fixtures with LED lighting, since it's so much brighter, and that may fix it, but we're gonna, got a meeting with Kelly and the lighting people in the morning at 8 o'clock to see if we can't, because it's really dark in there. But other than that,
That's it.
thank you. Robert, do
you.
you have anything you'd like to? Thank you. Pamela, could you call roll, please?
Commissioner Hill,
Here.
Commissioner Turner,
Here.
Commissioner Black,
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
Commissioner Black?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
All right. First item on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from September 6th and 14th, 2016. Do I hear such motion?
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? If no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $512,097.10 as submitted to the commission. Do I hear such motion?
So move. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Hill. I have a second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve a resolution in support of the Limestone County Radio Advisory Committee. Do I hear a motion to approve such resolution?
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion?
Did he get an indication whether or not he wanted to proceed?
As far as, well, RV's here if you want to.
Electronic poll books? The
Oh,
probate?
no,
Oh, no,
that's,
this is something
this the-
different.
Oh, okay, the advisory, I was one ahead, I'm sorry, excuse me. Never mind. Well, that may not be, yeah, I jumped the gun.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
If there's no more discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve resolution to participate in Secretary of State pilot program on the November 8th election for electronic poll books at Judge Charles Woodruff's discretion, be paid by HAVA funds. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Pamela, have you heard from Judge? Did he?
When I talked to Bobby on Friday afternoon, she had not heard back from Judge, so I assumed that it would be today, but it would be and not in time for us to put it on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay. So, if there's no more discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to amend services contract for Bonnie Jean Key, the data processing operator commission clerk at the commission office. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Hill. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Black. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve outside agency service contract agreement for the kidney dialysis van driver. Do I hear such motion?
Make a motion.
A motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Black. Any discussion?
How's this different from how we're doing it now? Does anybody know?
It's not different, and they
Okay.
did not increase the price this year. That
Renewal.
just pays for the driver
Okay.
for that.
If there's no more discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion for ratification of general warrant agreement with First National Bank. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Turner, a second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Nay.
Motion carries 3-1. There are no budget revisions to come before the commission, no emergency purchases, no board appointments. At this time, I'll ask for a motion to approve bids as submitted to the commission. One in the amount of $405.49 to Curry Systems for print and security envelopes for the license commissioner. The other is $19,875 to holiday decorations, to holiday enlightenment for Christmas decorations. Do I hear a motion to approve such bids?
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under personnel actions, I'll ask for a motion to approve family medical leave for Randy King beginning September 6, 2016, and ending September 26, 2016. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Can I do these next two together? I need to do them.
You can. You can take them together.
I'll ask for a motion to employ Stephen Andrew Ferguson and Chester Randolph as correction officers. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Hill, second by Mr. Turner. I think the left side's getting ahead of y'all guys over here. Down motion seconds. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve staffing plan effective October 1, 2016, which includes revising job description of network administrator to a senior systems administrator and changing a deputy employed through a third-party agency to a full-time position. Do I hear a motion to approve such staffing plan?
I'll make the motion.
I have the motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. There are no merit increases to come before the commission. This time, we'll move on to the engineer's report.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, I have one subdivision for you today. It's major subdivision, it's Browns Crossing Phase 2. This will be final approval, has 46 lots in District 2.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a motion to approve Browns Crossing Phase 2 as submitted to the commission?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. In other business, I'll ask for a motion to revise Cal Ford campground rates and rules effective October 1, 2016. Do I hear such motion?
I make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve for the following change order for bid number 2581, data infrastructure and audio system and wiring for the courthouse. For building systems technology, supply and install cable and jacks for the following location, 4 additional data drops at the first floor entrance, 5 additional data drops for camera connections above ceilings with no faceplate, and an additional HDMI located on the circuit court judges' benches. This will be in the amount of $1,045. Do I hear such motion?
I make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Black. Any discussion?
Fish, all this is all we need?
There's no more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve the following change orders for Phase 3 of the courthouse renovation project in the amount of $30,570.92. I will reiterate again, $18,233 of this amount is for refinishing of the doors that did come in at the right color. Gould Mills and Kaywood, Robert and them, they're going to cover the expenses, but due to our legalities, we have to run it through the meeting. So this $30,570, you would need to deduct the $18,233 from this amount to get the cost to the county. $975 is the cell fire alarm for replacement of 6-inch butterfly. Veep Electrical, $1,415.42 for supplying power to the 2 instant water heaters at restaurants 2 and 3. Kelly, are those the ones outside? Right. And then the big in there is Pettis Plumbing Powers for a 1-year additional warranties on the carrier equipment, chiller in the amount of $9,947. Do I hear a motion to approve such change orders?
I make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve to transfer the following inventory. You have the list before you. Everything that's transferred is from EMA. It's going to various service industry, Ardmore Police Department, Limestone County Board of Education, the Sheriff's Department, 911 Office, and Athens Fire and Rescue. Do I hear a motion to approve such transfer of inventory?
I make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve selling a mobile satellite system and a 55 kilowatt on-hand generator on Gov Deals. Do I hear a motion to approve such sales?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Hill. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Black. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, approve the budget for fiscal year 2016-2017 in the amount of $35,731,348. Do I hear such motion?
I'll make the motion.
A motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner or Mr. Hill. They were at the same time, simultaneously.
Racing.
Put Turner down.
Do I hear any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. There are no scheduled public hearings. This time we'll move to the report of the officers. Commissioner Hill.
I have none this morning.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Turner.
Yeah, we, about a month ago, I contacted the engineer about replacing some lights at the intersection of 72 and East Limestone. We got LED lights in, and it really made that intersection a whole lot more visible. It's like daylight when you go down through there now. And the other thing is, we've been having some trouble on Newby Chapel Road in big rains. The ditch on the west side of the road just wasn't big enough to hold the amount of water that was coming down through it. So we made a partnership with some of the people that live on that west side. They paid for some driveway pipes, and we paid for some driveway pipes, and we're getting those installed now. So that should stop that water from jumping the road.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Black.
Lucas Ferry Bridge, I noticed yesterday, I went down there yesterday, and they had, got the walls poured, the outer walls, I think it was, and going a lot faster than I had anticipated, so I hope this one is a fast one. But I continue to get calls on Old Highway 20 bridge. It's been 9 months since the bridge was out. Been told it'd take at least a year. Once they start working on it, you know, it's $1 million project. I know the engineer's taking a while to do, but I keep telling people they found 3 different species of endangered snails. And believe it or not, this is it sounds frivolous, but it really is not. I mean, it's a big deal to keep the silt and all that stuff from getting down there and, you know, and doing that. So, just be patient. Nobody wants it done any faster than the Limestone County Commission, I promise you. So we can't wait for it to get started.
Well, in that note, and we found out late Friday evening, the state had actually expected it's going to be about a $1.6 million bridge. That's pretty close, but the state has said they'll cover all vendors, and part of that may be from what you say, because they're going to double the span.
It's going to be very big
across it. So, yes, sir. Commissioner Harrison.
Athens Utilities is putting a substation out on Robinson Lane, and that's the top of Gypsy Hill. It's kind of a dangerous turnoff from Highway 99 onto Robinson Lane. I got with AlDOT, and that's the intersection that they control, and we're going to extend the pipe, that driveway pipe, or not, the cross drain under Robinson Lane so that we can extend the turning radius and make it easier for the trucks to get in and out, and the school buses, and we don't have to post a bond or do anything like that. He's going to let us do it, so that'll be done. We're going to go their trip that was scheduled for tomorrow, going down to Elmore County to look at base stabilization methods that they use. That's going to be Wednesday because I think we got a safety meeting tomorrow. Eddie's got a safety meeting. I think there's 4 of us going, Mark and myself, Terry, Bob, and Randy, but anyone's welcome to go with us.
Righty.
And that's it.
Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming today and everybody's watching on live stream. We're like announced there will be no increase in solid waste fees for fiscal year 2016-2017. Everybody have a great week. And with that, we will recess to 10 a.m. on Wednesday, September 28, 2016 at the Washington Street Courthouse Annex.